It's 21 after the hour, and I am Imus of the morning. Well, to bring you up to speed here, Judge Harold Rothwax has sued me for libel, and after threatening to do so for several months, and there was a period where we thought he was going to drop it, and but now he's apparently proceeding with it, as I've been presented with a complaint, or at least the lawyers have. And the judge is also, we've learned, suing the city of New York for $250,000, claiming that he fell down up at an area at 106th and West End Avenue in Manhattan on October 14th, 1996, and which is not quite a year ago. And in my estimation, this lawsuit against me is without basis, simply because he's a public figure, and I didn't libel him. I made fun of him, and I was angry, and it's not a unique event on this program.
Right.
So, and the judge, I think, ought to lighten up. But apparently he hasn't, and he has the right to feel it as he feels.
No, certainly.
So I already apologized to the judge, by the way, for losing my temper. He's not accepting that, so he's going to be a sorehead about it, which is fine, and a crybaby. So we got to wondering that sounds like a fairly litigious fellow, and you would think that. And by the way, he's an outstanding judge. He's not some jerk judge, by the way. So you wonder what happened here. And he wrote actually a fairly good book about the judicial system, which I told him I thought his book sucked, but I was angry when I told him that. At any rate, you wouldn't think that the judge would be clogging up the legal system with frivolous lawsuits like this one against me. And, well, this may not be a frivolous lawsuit against this construction company and the city. So we sent Bernard up to the area where the judge fell down to see if we could discover, well, to see, first of all, what the attraction was in that area, why the judge was up there. Maybe he lives there.
Yeah.
And so here's Bernard now. Bernard, I guess you're there, right?
I can hear you, Chief.
Okay.
I'm on site, on location.
Okay.
107th and West End Avenue, between West End and Broadway.
Right.
We are here, and we're going to investigate this. We're going to find out whether or not the judge was pushed, whether he fell down, or whether he was running from somebody when he did fall down. As a matter of fact...
I don't think we need to speculate on whether he was running from somebody or not.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a report. As a matter of fact, we have lined up in the park. We have an NBC executive who actually lives in the neighborhood, and he's waiting for us. I think we have a shot of him.
Yeah.
We're going to interview him in a little while.
A guy asleep on a park bench, yeah.
And
That's
one of the factors is that it is sort of a dangerous neighborhood, even though Mayor Giuliani has been in office for a few years.
Yeah.
The police actually came by and told me to be careful, and in order to protect myself, they gave me this. So I think we'll be okay.
Bernard, this is not amusing.
We're going to go to the site exactly where the judge fell down. As a matter of fact, I have a chalk. We're going to put the outline on the floor, and we're going to investigate the whole thing. We're going to see if there are any titty bars or dungeons in there. No. To this neighborhood,
fine.
which resulted in the unfortunate incident.
There's always a possibility, Bernard, that the judge lives in that neighborhood.
That could be.
Okay.
Why does he live in this neighborhood?
We'll get back.
We're asking him to live here as opposed to just visit the hood.
I know. We'll talk to you later, Bernard. Bernard McGurk, I'm seeing at 107th and West End Avenue. Bernard holding up a plunger which is not amusing, Bernard, at all. It's just stupid. Anyway.
Don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying?
I understand all that. So Judge Harold Rothwax has sued me for libel. And I think, and my lawyers think, and everybody else thinks it's a frivolous lawsuit, except the judge doesn't. So, in addition to that, the judge has sued the city of New York for $250,000 for some construction company because he fell down up at 107th and West End Avenue in Manhattan. So, in my estimation, this lawsuit against me is stupid. I figured, well, let's see if there's any basis for this other suit.
Please, you brought up the question in your mind. You wondered about it.
First of all, what's the attraction up there at 107th and West End Avenue? Unless the judge lives up there, which he may well live there. Yeah. He may well live in that area. So it seemed like a great idea to send Bernard up there this morning. And Bernard is there. Good morning, Bernard.
What up, Chief?
Well,
we're up here in the hood, and we found out a few facts while we were up here.
Okay.
And that's what I'm here for, not to speculate, but to report the facts.
All right.
We found the site, of course, where the judge fell down. Let me just retrace the steps a little bit.
Okay.
As you'll see, he came across the street from this direction.
Right.
And we're not sure if he came from that corner where you'll see the liquor store on the corner.
No, stop now. He didn't come from the liquor store. Why would he be No. Go ahead, then.
A geographical designation. He could have come from the liquor store. He could have come from this coffee lounge here at Strauss Park.
More likely.
We understand the coffee lounge is a front for some illicit activities, but we're not sure. We have interviewed some people here.
Yeah.
And we did, before we get to that, we found the spot exactly where the judge tripped.
Yeah.
And here it is.
No, Bernard. No. This is just not what we had in mind.
We're going to talk to Jimmy. Yo. Come here, Jimmy. So, Jimmy, have you ever tripped and stumbled in the park?
No, I've stumbled other places, though.
What's your name?
Jimmy Bird.
How you doing, Jimmy? You know the I-Man?
Sure do.
You going out to the open today?
No, tomorrow.
Okay, so have you ever seen a man in robes trip and fall on his face in the park?
No, not that I can remember.
And I don't mean Vinny the Chin, by the way.
No, I haven't seen anybody that fall down over here.
Have you ever tripped and stumbled in the park?
Not here.
Well, what do you know about this park and the danger of it? Have you seen you never saw anybody fall and trip in the park?
No, but it was reconstructed about 2 years ago, and it was fenced off all around from the curb back to where the construction was being done.
But there were signs that warned you that...
Yeah. The only exposed piece was a large metal plate that was out in the middle of the street up the block there.
So Jimmy here had good enough judgment not to slip and fall here in the park, but apparently the judge did not. Is that what you're saying, Jimmy?
That's right.
That's not what he's saying, Bernard, at all.
Jimmy, are you related to the I-Man at all?
No.
It looks like a cross between Fred and Mr. Imus. Oh, Jimmy, thanks a lot, buddy. We have Gregory over here.
Bernard.
Yo, Gregory, my man, what's up?
Bernard.
Yo, hold up.
Bernard.
We got
Yo, Gregory, what's up, man?
Bernard, can you hear me?
No.
Yes, but Gregory here has an intimate relationship with the judge. How do you know the judge?
I'm in a relationship.
How do you know the judge?
I've met the judge before. I don't have.
How do you know him?
I met him before.
The judge sentenced Gregory. That's how we know.
We'll get back to you, Bernard.
Imus in the morning.
I'm Imus in the morning. This is WFAN in New York City. I'd like to point out
Man.
well, you couldn't see the chalk outline on the radio that Bernard drew, but he drew a chalk outline of the judge falling down there,
Complete with robes and...
unfortunately...
Yeah.
But we just don't need to go into it.
No, we don't. We really don't. It was just an amusing chalk outline.
Chalk outline.
And the judge flat on his face.
Yeah. With the liquor bottle by the side of it. That's what he drew. And we're going to go back to Bernard. Is Bernard ready now?
Yeah. Yes. Come here. Hey, whoa. Here we go.
So, Bernard,
Union guys.
is there some possibility, Bernard, that we can see that chalk outline again just to...
Why, certainly. As a matter of fact, though, we also did an extended interview with Gregory, who was sentenced by Judge Rothwax, and he made some startling observations, which you may or may not be interested in, but I think you would be.
Why would you think I would
Dare
be?
you take the chance?
I don't give a damn, Bernard.
Okay, let's roll it then. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Have you ever been intoxicated in the park and fallen down?
No, I haven't.
He's been intoxicated in the park and has not fallen down, so apparently...
I haven't been intoxicated and never fell down.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's get this correct.
So another frivolous lawsuit, speculation here by Gregory. And Gregory, we thank you very much, man.
Okay, great.
Here you go, money. Hey, Greg. Yo, let me get my shades back. Thanks a lot, money. Peace out, yo. All right, back to you,
It's
Dan.
just,
Just from the citizenry here at on the Upper West Side.
Bernard, this is...
Before we get to John, the caretaker of the park, who's standing by, I would like to show you again the chalk outline.
Okay.
Of,
There's a chalk outline of the judge with one of those cartoon things that has like a... that reads, Imus sucks, and there's a whiskey bottle there that Bernard has drawn on the sidewalk, which is totally unrepresentative of what happened with my friend Judge Rothwax, but go ahead.
Okay, swallow your bagel, Mr. Imus. We have John. We have John, the caretaker of the park here. John, how are you?
Pretty good.
So you know this park, and you know the pitfalls and whatnot of the park. Do you think it was dangerous for pedestrians to cross the park when it was under construction?
I was through here every day, many times a day. I never had any problems. I never heard of anybody else having a problem.
John, I noticed, let me see your hand. I noticed you're wearing rubber gloves. What's the point of that?
Well, it's just, I weed, pulling up weeds and cleaning up garbage. And
there were rumors that Andrew Cunanan was up in this neighborhood before. Is that true?
not that I know of.
Now, let me ask you this. What is the attraction of this neighborhood? Are there dungeons or titty bars, or what is...
No.
No, it's a very quiet place. A lot of mothers and children and nannies, and
Good.
now with this park, it's
Very happy to hear that.
place for people to sit and read and eat.
So, no, you're saying that the judge should have had better discretion when he crossed the park, and there's no reason for him to have tripped and fell in his mush like he did.
Not. Absolutely not.
There you have it. There you have it, Mr. Imus.
Well, no,
And
there we don't have anything,
we
Bernard.
have Virginia here, who's a longtime resident. Virginia, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
You work up in Columbia University, do you?
No, I used to be in the Bronx Lebanon Hospital.
Well, you had a drug problem?
I used to.
Did you know the I-Man?
What?
Did you know the I-Man?
What?
Have you ever peed in a phone booth?
What?
What happened? Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever tripped and fell in the park here?
Well, yes, so many times in the Bronx where I used to drink, and I used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
I used to get cocaine and all that kind of stuff.
Did you ever see the judge where you were getting this stuff?
No, I see the judge when they take away my kids. And that's the way I see the judge. Only one time or 2 times in a year.
The judge took away your kids?
Yeah, they say I don't responsible enough to get together my life together.
Gee, I can't
And now
understand
I
that.
think I'm enough.
Seems fine to me.
I'm old enough, 35 years old, to be with my kids, to be in better place, to not be in that place that I don't belong in there.
What happened?
I don't belong in the place
Are you going out to the open today? Are you going out to the open today?
The what?
It's 18 after the hour. Bernard McGurk.
The bridge. You know the bridge
Live
around
at
here?
107th and West End
108?
Avenue. Up at 107th and West End Avenue, where Bernard is now. Bernard?
I-Man.
This has been pretty much a disaster this morning, Bernard, and it has not been helpful.
The saving grace is that I have not been mugged or assaulted in any way. As you can see, the New York City Police Force, they are on the scene.
Yeah.
And once again, they did provide me with this in order to secure my safety. And I thank them for it. Now, we do have, we did reach some, I think we reached some conclusions here today that nobody else has fallen in the park.
All right.
That the lawsuit seems to be frivolous on its face, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And we have another resident of the neighborhood. Hi, ma'am. What's your name?
I'm Annabelle Mara.
What's up?
I'm getting ready. I'm a volunteer worker at the Catholic Church.
Okay, ma'am.
The thinking here.
Well, can I ask you this question? That's very nice of you to volunteer, by the way. Something I would never do, the dirtbag that I am. But let me just ask you, have you ever tripped or fallen in this park?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever seen a man in robes trip and fall and stumble around in this park?
No, I haven't.
Now, when the park was under construction, was there any danger to the pedestrians passing by that you know of?
No, the park was very safe because it was police protection around the clock.
What do you think of Betty Shabazz's grandson only getting 18 months for setting his grandmother on fire?
A lot of Muslims in the world. I don't want to say that on TV.
Okay, madam. All right. I just thought it might be a bit lenient. Thought you, as a grandma, might have a...
No, I ain't no grandmama. I never left home. I never got married.
Oh, you still kicking, chicken?
Yeah, I'm 75 years old last Friday.
God bless you.
I've been in this neighborhood 44 years. 200 Manhattan Avenue.
Are there any dungeons in this neighborhood?
What you mean, dungeon?
Well, why would anybody come to this neighborhood if they didn't live here and just be strolling around?
Well, some people come here to see if they can get some money, and they in need, and they come.
So the judge was panhandling when he...
No, the judge was not panhandling, Bernard.
I didn't see him go.
Well, madam, you're a beautiful woman. God bless you.
She's very sweet, Bernard. Don't be mean to her.
Not at all. I love the woman.
Okay.
And thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, well, that's it from the scene here. Another a pedestrian saying that nobody that she knows has tripped and fall,
Bernard.
and that there was no reason for anybody to do such a thing. So,
Bernard, you've done a great job this morning. And you can now please come back to the studio. Bernard McGurk.
Can I go home?
No, you can't go home. No, you have to come back to the station.
Oh, come on. Can I go over to Central Park West and have a cup of tea at your house?
No, you can't do anything on Central
Can I
Park
punt
West.
Collins off the terrace?
No, you can't do anything with Collins. Bernard McGurk at 107th and West End Avenue investigating what appears to be yet another specious lawsuit filed by Judge Rothwax. He's suing me for libel, which is preposterous and, in my opinion, ridiculous. And but the judge claims he fell down up here at a construction site at 107th and West End Avenue and knocked all his teeth out and incurred $6,000 worth of medical expenses, and he's suing the city for $250,000. So he's suing me, the city, and his construction company. And Bernard...
You know what you should do now?
What?
Surrender.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I really have made it worse, huh?
Just surrender. Just say, come and get me. I'll put my raincoat over my head. And leave me out of here.
As was the case in the initial episode. We're just, that's what we do here.
There's a police precinct and a plunger with your name on it.
I think Bernard did an incredible job.
He was
by the
excellent.
way.
He's obviously an excellent reporter. He's gifted, I would say.
Yeah.